Shortly after the end of World War II, Soviet captain Viktor Reznov and his squad are ordered to track down a dangerous Nazi biochemical weapon called Nova 6 by Major General Nikita Dragovich, only to be betrayed and gassed when Dragovich decides that he wants to see Nova 6 in action for himself. Reznov is forced to watch his companions die a truly painful death, and then he's taken to a Soviet gulag where he's then imprisoned for 18 years. But it's not all bad, because there he meets CIA operative Alex Mason. Now, Mason's locked in the gulag after a failed attempt to assassinate Fidel Castro. He befriends Reznov, who helps him escape and return to the US. Under orders from JFK no less, Mason is ordered to locate and assassinate Dragovich and his cronies Kravchenko and Steiner, as they're trying to use numbers to activate Soviet sleeper agents to release Nova 6 in the US. Mason tracks down Kravchenko, who then kills himself rather than be captured. Upon reuniting with Reznov, Reznov then murders Steiner. 2 down, 1 to go. But, and here's the confusing bit, turns out Mason's a little bit of an unreliable narrator. He was actually brainwashed way back in the gulag by Dragovich in order to turn him into one of the aforementioned sleeper agents. But Reznov hijacked the brainwashing and wired Mason up to be his perfect revengatron, setting him after Dragovich and his allies for murdering Reznov's squad all those years ago. Reznov was actually dead this whole time, and merely a figment of Mason's imagination. After all this comes to light, Mason then snaps out of the brainwashing, and then does the thing that he was brainwashed to do anyway by tracking down and killing Dragovich. So now it's the 80s, and Mason is pulled out of retirement for one last job, to track down a Nicaraguan arms dealer named Raul Menendez, who, as it turns out, has a vendetta against the West, as his beloved sister was accidentally killed by Woods, who happens to be a pal of Mason's. Menendez manipulates Woods into killing Mason before slithering off back into the shadows, vowing revenge. And what a revenge it is! 36 years in the dark allows him to grow a 1 billion strong narco-terrorist movement who want to cripple the rich and give to the poor. Menendez turns out to be quite the troublemaker, and orchestrates a new Cold War between the US and China. Mason's Navy SEAL son David leads the team to take him out. Although it doesn't quite work out. They capture Menendez, but that was part of his plan all along. He hacks into the US military's drone fleet and bombs Los Angeles. There are multiple endings where different people survive and whatever, but the real crime is that the Avenged Sevenfold Jam session is not canon.